Kristal Hart, and welcome to the Kristal Hart Show. We are at the Hulu Theater at Madison Square Garden for the final press conference leading up to the fight on Saturday, October 29th. We have from the Ukraine, Vasiliy Lomachenko, who will be going up against lightweight Jamaine, the technician, Ortiz. And then on the undercard, we have featherweights Robeisy Ramirez going up against Matias, Romero. All here at the Hulu Theater, and it will be broadcast live on ESPN Plus. And then on the undercard, we have Nico, Walsh, Richard Torres Jr., Tiger Johnson, Duke Reagan, and more. With us, Prentice Brewer, PJ. He is the trainer of Tiger Johnson, who will be fighting here at the Hulu Theater October 29th. So tell me, how did camp go? How's he looking? Did it all go right?
Yeah, camp was. We had a real good camp. We had half of it back home in Cleveland, and then the second half we flew to Vegas. We trained with Duke Reagan, Troy Isley, Nico, and it was a real good camp. Me and Safo really prepared Tiger for this because it's a big step up. He got 5 fights, but his opponent is 15-1, so it's a big step up. So we did our thing. He worked hard, and we really prepared him.
How's his weight doing?
Oh, he a professional, so weight is always on track for him. He a real disciplined kid, so he real serious. He always about business, so weight is never really an issue with him.
And tell us about fighting here at the Garden.
This is actually Tiger's first time fighting here, but he always, since he turned pro, he was like, man, I want to fight at the Garden, so he's finally getting his wish.
Yeah, I'm from near the Cleveland area, Warren, Ohio.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's right around the corner.
That's right around the corner. That's right. What, anything special we're going to see? Or?
I think you're going to see the best version of Tiger that you've seen so far. So since the first fight, he's been getting better and better and better, and he's not even scratching the surface yet. So you're going to see big improvements, and you're going to keep seeing him getting better with each performance.
Hey, got a prediction there?
We don't chase knockouts. If the knockout come, it'll come. But he just gonna go in there and follow the game plan and do his thing.
With us all the way from Cleveland, Ohio. I'm from Warren, Ohio. Tiger Johnson, Olympian, going to be fighting here at the Hulu Theater. Now, Esteban Garcia. Do you know much about your opponent?
Yeah, I saw a video of him. It's probably like a minute of the fight, and I know what I got to do to get the win.
What'd you work on?
Well, he's a southpaw, so I had a real amazing camp in Las Vegas, and I had real good sparring partners that helped me get ready for the fight.
So tell me about how your strength conditioning applied in training camp.
My strength and conditioning? Well, I'm already have good punching power, but we continue to get stronger, get my legs stronger, still working on my speed, and mainly being in shape, making sure my endurance is real good in the ring.
And tell us, right here is Safo. Tell us a little bit about how the camp went. You're the head trainer?
Yeah, the camp went really well. He worked on like say, he found a southpaw. So we worked on him going to his left, stand to his left, keep turning the guy, and that's stand in front of the boxer and working the jab and stuff. And he ran, did the mountains, did good training, good running, good training. Like you said, we had good sparring. He sparred a lot of southpaw, so that to his advantage, you know what I'm saying? So the guy, he fight that way. I think that it should be no problem. Only use his hands, use his jab, and keep turning the guy and don't sit in front of him. That should be an easy win for him from his speed and power. And I noticed the guy is like, he's not like an aggressive fighter, but he try to box and come in. He got the height, it's different towards him, so I think the jab going to win the fight for him. In straight left hand, going to catch him, straight right hand.
Well, good luck there. Just say a shout out to all your fans, how they get in touch with you.
You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Tiger Johnson 216, and appreciate all the love and support. And I'm gonna put on a good performance this Saturday, and hope you tune in.
With us, Nico Ali Walsh, coming back to the Hulu Theater at Madison Square Garden facing Billy Wagner. Now, first off, tell us how this first year of professional boxing's been.
It's been amazing. Every fight that I've had, I've showed improvement each fight, and yeah, the camps have been getting harder, and the performances have been getting better, so I'm very happy with it.
And tell us about Billy Wagner.
So what I know of him is I know the style that he has, and so I got sparring for that style. Obviously, the sparring I had for this camp was the best I had in any camp. I was able to spar Caleb Plant before his fight with Durrell, so I just got amazing sparring, and yeah, we're just prepared for any style that he would bring to the table Saturday night.
What did you think about that 9th round knockout that Caleb did?
I was, I think everyone was shocked by it. We know he's got power, but Durrell's not, a nobody. So for him to do something like that, it's definitely it was a shock to me. I was rooting for them both because I like them both, and yeah, it was an amazing performance.
And do you have any rituals you do before the fights?
I don't know about rituals. I hang out with my family. I listen to music. I don't know if that's considered a ritual though. Every Friday before the fight, or the day of the fight as well, I'm just with family listening to music the whole day leading up to going to the arena.
And you like Halloween, right? It's coming up.
Love Halloween. Love Halloween. Yeah, so my family, we're psychos when it comes to Halloween. That's our holiday.
And tell me, how did you build your endurance and strength? And next to you is your coach, right?
Yes.
Coach Flick?
So Coach Flick is right here next to me. This camp we did a lot of endurance training. I didn't get much break between the last fight. Last fight was on a Saturday, and then I was back in the gym on Tuesday, and it's been more running this camp than any other camp. So you'll see.
We're going to see there. Do you use the heavy weights or light weights, or?
You mean as like sparring?
Well, for your endurance.
Like physical weights. Yeah, so we go heavy when we need to, but then we go light in when we do go light, it's more for like reps or something like that. I just listen to my coaches, but definitely this camp we were working on strength as well, not just endurance. So I feel like my strength has improved also.
Did you do any with the water?
We did. Unfortunately, I hate swimming. But we did do the swimming activities a little bit less this camp because it was more running this camp than any other camp. But yeah, we were still getting those swim workouts in.
Hey, and Coach Flick.
How you doing?
There you go. Hey, now tell us a little bit about how this camp went and what we can expect.
This camp went, good. You have your ups and downs, with Nico. Like I said, as a coach standpoint of it, I want Nico to get better. I mean, like I said, we train him for the future. We train him as good as we can. And like I said, he makes me proud in certain sparring sessions, certain workouts that he do. And we're gonna put on a great show.
And what do you think he needs to do to take out this Billy Wagner?
I'm not gonna give up a game plan. I'm not a person that want to give out the game plan too early. Nico know we have to do. He just had to follow the plan.
Okay, just to end, Nico, do you think you made the right decision and the right choice with the boxing?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no, I'm very excited for Saturday. The biggest thing that I'm looking forward to this camp is like we've been able to adapt. So like I haven't been one style this camp. I was boxing some days. I was, fighting other days, so there, whatever style that I see Saturday night, I'll be able to adapt. That's what I'm looking forward to showing.
So we have 6-0, 5 KOs. And
yes.
We're heading for what?
We're heading for 7-0.
7-0.
Yes.
Okay. With us, Robeisy Ramirez, who will be going up against Matias Romero. Now, first of all, two-time Olympian, Cuban fighter. Tell us a little bit about your style.
Sí, que nos cuentes un poco de ti, 2 veces medallista de oro olímpico y nada, eso.
Que cuente acerca de mi carrera. Bueno, nada, tuve una carrera bien reconocida en Cuba, fui doble campeón olímpico y ahora estoy acá en este país para, ¿sabes?, volver a hacer historia aquí en este boxeo.
I had a very long and heralded amateur career in Cuba and got myself 2 Olympic gold medals. So I'm now here in this country, forging ahead and making history, and hopefully now as a professional.
Now you're here at the Garden at the Hulu Theater, but a new opponent sort of had to step in. Your opponent's hurt his hand. Were you able to prepare for this new opponent, or?
Un oponente nuevo de reemplazo. Tu oponente anterior se lastimó la mano. ¿Tuviste la oportunidad de prepararte para este oponente?
Sí, claro. Realmente cuando se hace un campamento se hace en base a una pelea. Tenemos la posibilidad de hacerlo basado en la táctica de un rival, pero realmente la preparación está para la misma pelea. Simplemente es cambiar la táctica del rival y hacer el trabajo.
I had a full camp and yes, there's a replacement opponent, but the tactics and the strategy are there. So you just make the adjustment and then go with it. And I have a team who prepared me well for this. So yes, I'm looking forward to Saturday.
Is Ismael Salas still his head trainer?
Yeah.
Yes, and when I was researching, it says you generate power, you have the uppercut, you're very accurate, precise fighter. Do you feel this explains who you are?
Que cuando ella hacía un poco su investigación sobre tu estilo, notaba mucho que eres explosivo, poderoso, tienes buenos uppercuts, estás bien plantado, que sientes que eso es una buena descripción de cómo tú eres como boxeador.
Bueno, más o menos, realmente creo que es bien difícil descifrarme, porque como mismo puedo hacer eso que David, puedo hacer otras cosas que no muestro en las redes sociales. Y nada, sí, con Salas trabajamos súper bien todas las cosas.
So yeah, with Salas, I work marvelously, but that more or less what you described would be something of my style. But I'm more than that because I'm adaptable, and I'm hard to decipher. So I can one day show that if needed, and then another day just do something entirely different.
Was it Frank Sanchez, the heavyweight that just fought from Cuba? Yeah, because I know they had said that Cuban style. Just tell me what that Cuban style is.
Estilo cubano, o la escuela cubana, pues que Frank Sánchez escuchó esa frase y que quería saber cuál es tu definición de ella.
Bueno, sí. Realmente la escuela cubana, más allá de un estilo, es lo que te enseñan, lo que uno llega acá o lo que uno aprende en Cuba, que en Cuba te enseñan desde cero, como tal, cómo es el boxeo, cómo funciona el boxeo, qué hay que hacer en el boxeo. En diferencia de otros países que simplemente te meten en un ring, te pones ahí a tirar golpes y el que mejor vean es el que dicen tú sirves para boxear.
Well, yes, there is such thing as a Cuban school of boxing. It's a little bit difficult to describe and define, but they teach you from zero what it means to box. So there's a lot of knowledge that gets put into learning what it takes to be a boxer. Unlike in other places where they just throw you at the ring, they go through pains to make sure you understand the theory behind what you're doing. So that would be my best definition of Cuban style boxing.
And this, I guess this gentleman's from Argentina. You're going to be fighting. So you have a prediction, or you want to say a shout out to your? If you don't predict, you want to say a shout out to your fans.
¿Tienes alguna predicción, o si no tienes predicción, saludar a tu fanaticada?
Bueno, nada, la predicción es que se va a hacer el trabajo, se va a salir a hacer el trabajo que hicimos en este campamento, que fue excelente, y nada, saludar a todos los fanáticos que estén pendientes en ESPN el sábado 29, que vamos a dar otro show.
Well, the prediction is you know, really just tune in and I'll put on a good show on Saturday on ESPN. And I want to send a shout out to all my fans who will follow my career, and again encourage them to watch the fight because it'll be a good one.
Thank you. Good luck. We're here at the Hulu Theater at Madison Square Garden. We have Jamaine, the technician, Ortiz, who will be going up against Lomachenko. Okay, tell us, first of all, how'd you get this name, the technician?
The technician came about a couple years ago just with a former world champion, Jose Rivera, coming from a training session. Finding something that was really authentic to me was the most important when it was coming to a nickname. In the beginning of my professional career, I didn't have one, and I think that's something that most entertainers and fighters have is, you know, a nickname that describes them. And me working as a carpenter at the time, and what I do in my personal life and who I am, I feel like I'm very analytical, and just the technician was something that fit me, not only inside the ring, but outside as my personality as well.
Well, you recently had a great victory against Jamel Herring. Now tell us a little bit about that. What did you take from that fight, and how is it going to help you possibly with this really Lomachenko, one of the best in the boxing arena?
That fight was, you know, just another stepping stone, as this will be. I'll take it as another stepping stone to my career. Southpaw and Jamel Herring helped me prepare. Already just getting used to that southpaw stance, but I've always been used to it for my whole career. It was just, you know, a great experience being co-main, just leveling up slowly. And it wasn't just such a big jump, you know. Thanks to my promoter, CS, we worked our way up slowly, and I'm prepared mentally, physically, and all that I can be for this fight.
Do you feel that fight brought you to this level right now?
Defeating a former Olympian and former world champion, I believe so. You know, being in the top 10 in the world and to get a fight against Lomachenko, most definitely.
And tell me about your training, your camp, sparring.
It's same as usual. You know, no reason to switch anything up. Me and my team, we've been very unison in the sense of we've been one, and camp has been going great. It's been a longer camp than usual, but it's been a great camp.
You know, Tennis, I was watching you on The Boxing Voice, which is just one of my favorite shows, and you said that you were also able to, you liked Millionaires, Warren Buffett, that you were able to not need to work while you fought because you were able to put together a program. So maybe that's a little bit with the technician. Could you talk about your endeavors?
Yeah, early on as a professional, I always had a plan. You know, it's to make it to the top. It's real hard to work a full-time job and to compete at this sport at the highest level and continue to win. So I wanted to have boxing be my full-time gig, and for that I set up myself a way that I can provide myself an income without having to physically work and to work, and that was through investing in real estate and through markets and being able to have passive income.
Well, just say a shout out to your fans and good luck there.
I want to give a shout out to all the fans out there that are rooting for me, everybody who follows me. If you don't know where to catch me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, all Jamaine Ortiz. Twitter's Jamaine Ortiz R. So shout out to everybody, a mi gente boricua, a mi gente dominicano, saludo a todo, and tune in October 29th. It's going to be a great night.
Thank you. You know, I believe way back when I first started covering you, I said you were from Russia, and you said, no, I'm from the Ukraine. And now I understand much more. You must be giving the Ukraine hope right now, being here at the Garden.
Вы себя чувствуете, то, что вы сейчас здесь, в Madison Square Garden, дает какую-то надежду украинцам в нашей стране?
Давайте будем откровенны. Ну, конкретно это событие дает ли какую-то надежду украинцам в чем? Надежду украинцам в победе в войне? Сомневаюсь я.
Let's be frank. If we get down to it, is this really going to give Ukrainians hope to win in the war? Doubtful.
Если мы говорим о том, что украинцы могут в субботе, это воскресное утро у нас будет, отвлечься от ужасных событий и переключиться на спортивное событие, то да.
If we put it in a way that it will be Saturday morning at home, Sunday morning at home, if it gives them a chance to switch off the horrible things that are happening and to get some entertainment and to walk away from what's going on, then yes.
Lots of talk after Ortiz. You will face
Fight.
I didn't get mine in, my fault. But yeah, there's a lot of talk that after Ortiz, you'll face Haney. What do you think about Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney's most recent performances?
Еще раз я не совсем понял.
Очень много разговоров про то, что после Ортиза у вас будет Хейни. Что вы думаете по поводу его боя с предыдущего Хейни с Garcia?
Что я думаю о Хейни с Камбососом?
You want about Haney Kambosos, my opinion on what that fight was about?
Это была хорошая работа, это была умная работа.
Very smart work.
И Хейни в этом поединке выглядел очень хорошо.
And Haney looked very good in this fight.
Would love to know, of course, if you beat Ortiz this weekend, the game plan kind of seems to be that you'll fight against Devin Haney next, and then the winner of that would fight against Shakur Stevenson. Give me your thoughts on that, and who would you consider a more difficult fight? I know you haven't fought them in the ring yet, but who would you consider the more difficult fight between the two?
Я думаю, что более сложный будет Шакур Стивенсон.
I think that the more difficult would be Shakur Stevenson.
Я думаю, что он более техничный, более чувствительный.
I think he's more technical and more sensitive.
He's still a great fighter, but at 34, a lot of people are kind of saying that, you know, guys like Devin Haney is better than you, Shakur is better than you. Does any of that kind of like piss you off, annoy you? Like you just want to prove something now?
Двигается легче, быстрее. Это вас как-то раздражает?
Нет, абсолютно никак не раздражает. Мы сможем это только проверить, и либо это подтвердится, либо этот миф развеется.
This is not any kind of irritation to me. We are going to see how it plays out, and there is only one way to really check this.
You're telling me you're a guy who's probably a Hall of Famer, won 2 gold medals, went 396-1 in the amateurs, won multiple world titles, and none of that bothers you that people are picking Shakur to beat you, people are picking Devin Haney to beat you, Gervonta?
Тут дразнит, но типа того, что вы мне рассказываете, у вас столько регалий, он их все перечисляет, столько титулов, и вы говорите, что вас это никак не раздражает.
Меня абсолютно никак не раздражает. Но я, во-первых, не всегда успеваю следить за тем, что происходит вокруг.
Truly, absolutely not. First of all, I am not always keeping tabs on everything that's going around.
Вы прекрасно понимаете, что я плохо разговариваю на английском.
You all understand that my English is limited.
Соответственно, я не успеваю охватывать все, что происходит вокруг моего имени.
That's why I simply cannot keep tabs on everything that is happening around my name.
И если об этом говорят, ну это в любом случае это чье-то мнение.
And if people do talk that way, well, that's their opinion. They're entitled to it.
В мире всегда было несколько мнений.
There are always several opinions in the world.
И единственный шанс доказать, что это не так, либо так, это проверить в деле.
And the only chance you really have to prove it one way or another way is in action.
И в конце концов все равно кто-то ошибается.
And at the end of the day, some of those opinions will be mistaken.
We're here at Madison Square Garden, and this is the Vasiliy Lomachenko versus Jamaine, the technician Ortiz fight. And after 12 rounds of fast and furious fighting, it was a unanimous decision in favor of Vasiliy Lomachenko. And in the co-main event, Robeisy Ramirez defeated Matias Romero by 9th round TKO.
We are here with the best, forget the rest, Teofimo Lopez, coming to you live here at Madison Square Garden at the Hulu Theater.
On the Kristal Hart show.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
You know what? We just had a great fight. We had Vasiliy Lomachenko going up against Jamaine, the technician Ortiz. What do you think about it? It was a fast and furious fight, and what do you think about that fight?
All action, I think, overall, from the first round to the 12th. I was definitely impressed by Ortiz, especially the beginning of the rounds, you know, but it's just all about trying to find that consistency, especially against a veteran like Lomachenko. And I think that little by little, Lomachenko got to the point where he started getting comfortable, and towards the ends of the rounds, I mean, we could clearly see who was winning it towards the end.
And then what do you think about the co-main event? We had
Robeisy Ramirez, yes, the Cuban, two-time Olympic gold medalist himself, definitely someone that, you know, put on a show. You know, he's just looking on to fighting bigger and better fights, you know, and looking forward to becoming that 126 world champion.
And before we end all this, we have you coming up. Is it December 10th here?
Yes, I'll be fighting here, Madison Square Garden, in the big room, the Mecca of boxing, where every legend comes out and performs their best here on Heisman Night.
Teofimo Lopez, don't miss it, December 10th, right here at Madison Square Garden.
Absolutely, and for everyone, tune in on ESPN if you cannot make it, but we would definitely love for everybody to come in and tune in and get your tickets here at Madison Square Garden. You guys can all follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, and Facebook at Teofimo Lopez. Thank you guys. One world, one peace, one love.
And he never, never lets you down.
Tell me the scores. Did you agree with the 117, 111 at all? What did you see in there? How could you assess it?
I seen it a lot closer than what the judges may have thought, but you know, they know, and it's just a lot of things to it. I mean, sometimes a lot of things could play into the roles of Haney, Loma, makes a bigger and more sensible fight, right? But you know, everything plays the way it does. I'm impressed by Ortiz. I think he did a hell of a job facing someone like Lomachenko. You know, it's just those last rounds. You gotta have the conditioning, especially with someone that's that consistent. You know, and I think he didn't do enough towards those last rounds, and they gave it to Loma.
And before we end, other results, Nico Walsh was victorious over Billy Wagner, unanimous decision in 6, and also Tiger Johnson, unanimous decision in 6 against Esteban Garcia. And that's all the time we have for this show. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you at the fights.